Welcome back to Aunties After Dark. You already know who I am. I'm Aunty Donna, y'all. Sending you so much love right now. As I am chilling on my couch, I decided to give y'all full Aunty Donna tonight. So pull up a chair, get comfortable with me. Let's take a breath together. Tonight, oh yeah, tonight we are going to go somewhere intimate and deep with me. I alluded to story time. We're healing out loud, and that means that I can't just get up here and, you know, tell you all the glory and all the greatness and stuff that's happening. I have to show you the grit, like where I came from to get to here. So before I get there, I want to ask you a question. On a scale of 1 to 10, how much energy are you spending to hide your past instead of using it as your power? Like literally using it as your power. Let me ask you another question. What would change in your life tomorrow if you decided that the messy years was actually your masterclass years? I'm asking you this because I used to look at this part of my chapter. Oof. Let me tell y'all something. It took me forever to get up here to even start doing this because this certain chapter of my life, I was feeling nothing but shame about this part of my life. I thought that version of me was like the enemy trying to get to me. However, I'm gonna tell y'all something. My spirituality has really taught me that there is no external enemy. There is only the inner me. I have spoken about it so many times, and it is like making so much sense to me now. It's that inner me that is waiting for the permission to be loved and fighting so hard that sometimes that fight I forget who survived the storm. This beautiful girl on the inside just asking to be healed her little childhood traumas. That is who is screaming, yo, just love me. And she has brought me to this woman that you see right now on the screen with my 75 subscribers. Thank y'all. I'm so happy about that. All right, and back. So listen, let me take you back to a time. This is a time that I really stopped listening to my own inner guidance. Yeah, I stopped listening to my inner guidance. So check this, right? I had sold my house, and honestly, I was living my best life. I was homeless by definition. Who cares? Because, baby, it was by choice. I was literally staying at different Airbnbs for weeks at a time. I had the perfect plan that was downloaded to me, vet out different areas so that I can try to find where my soul really wanted to land before I put down my roots again, because I had lived in Charlotte for like almost 20 years. So in my mind, it was the best way to do it. I was ready to relocate. You know what I'm saying? I was free. I had a plan. I had a vision. And yet, catch this right here, y'all. Okay? I didn't stay consistent with it. You know, like when you have your GPS, you plug in your destination and stuff, and your GPS be like telling you stay straight, and you just know that there is this like shortcut or whatever, and you look at the map and you be like, nah, I know if I get down this street right here, it might cut off some time or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So you take this turn, and then you think that you're smarter than the satellite, and you think that you're taking a shortcut, and then the next thing that you know, guess what? Now you done ran into traffic. You then got rerouted. The GPS is screaming reroute, reroute. You're off the original route. You were set to go on this route, but you decided to take it a different route. Now you done added some more time onto your little time. And if you're like me, like I be setting it to avoid tolls, and honey, sometimes I'll run into them because I want to do whatever I wanted to do. I took an unauthorized turn and I wound up running right into the very thing I was trying to avoid. You feel me? You following me? All right. So that's exactly what happened to me in real life, y'all. I was on my path, vetting out my areas, and a family member offered for me to go and stay with them. It sounded really good. It sounded like a safe space to be, right? Sounded like support a little bit. So I aborted my own plans, the plans that I know that was downloaded to me. I ignored the download that the spirit gave me, which was to just stay the course, keep going. I took that turn. And let me tell you something. Living with the family member, it was beneficial for them. Yeah. Meanwhile, it was a total nightmare for me. It brought out a side of me that I did not like. I walked into the house like really seeking community and really trying to give like the benefit of the doubt. And instead, y'all, I found a cage. Like my daughter's behaviors increased immediately. She was feeling tension. I was feeling isolated. I couldn't even really truly date or have a personal life because of the rules that this family member set in their house. And I was like, oh my God, how did I get here? And then I started to fall into a deep, heavy depression. Like it was not me. And it wasn't just the rules, it was like the entire energy. Like I was really embarking upon my energy and the energy in there wasn't good. Like the family members would speak death into my daughter and death into my life. And when I say that, like it was certain things that was negative. Like every chance they got, like told me what wouldn't happen if my daughter stayed. You know what I mean? They told me what wouldn't happen if I decided to go back with the man that I love. Like it was just a whole lot of different just energies, right? So ironically, it was during this time, as this person was speaking about everything that was going on, that I was actually reconnecting with him. And I was feeling kind of beaten down, like by the environment that was there at my business, Aunty Donna's house. Like that was even like crazy to me because it was certain energies that was there and it was me because I hired them. And again, went off of my GPS. Okay. So I had energies all over the place that was just conflicting with where my spirit was desiring to go. And I know it was based off of me taking that wrong turn. So finally, right, when my soul couldn't take any more and I knew I had to move, I began to look for a space for just me and my daughter. You know what I'm saying? Somewhere where I could possibly grow. It ain't no possibly grow, where I know that I could grow because it's my own space. And so I rushed and I was starting to look in areas like Charlotte again, knowing doggone well that I did not want to be in Charlotte. So it was just throwing me so off my game, right? That I literally had filled out an application for this place. And the place, I thought that I was gonna get it because everyone was like, "Oh, yeah, you can get a place there," and they declined me. All the while, I'm like, I told the family member that I was starting to look for a space, had not really secured the space yet. So when I came back and said, "Oh, I didn't get the space," they were like, "Oh, well, I already rented your room." What? So I was like, "Oh my God." I had paid them monthly rent. It wasn't like I was behind or any crazy thing. I never skipped a beat. None of that. I contributed to the household. It like here we are, putting me and my daughter out on the street. I wound up leaving in Discord. Yes, I did. And I headed to someone else's house just to have a roof over my head. At that time, I was grateful for the place to lay my head, But baby, that wasn't it. That wasn't it either. Like the space did not align with me either. Of course, because I'm off course now. You know what I mean? So eventually, me and the man that I loved, we reconnected fully. And he was in a space of desiring a new beginning. And so was I. And so he was like, yo, let's just build together. Let's find a space and start new. Of course, I let him know that I wanted to be outside of the city limits. So he agreed, and it was music to my ears. So we did it. So I was like, oh, okay. Maybe I went through all of that to get to here. We was in a brand new development. It was an apartment that had never been occupied by anyone else. It was a new city, new energy, new plan in place. Okay, so now I'm starting to feel back on track, right? It feels good. What did I do, y'all? I took another turn when I wasn't supposed to go. I knew I was supposed to go straight. And what did I do? I took a turn. We had set a plan, and then guess what? I started veering, he started veering, we-veered off of our own plan. Yo, crazy stuff. And guess what? 1 year later, we were not renewing that lease. No, no. I hadn't even planned for anything for me and my daughter because I was banking on we and I was stuck back at square one. And baby, I had no place to go. Like I literally was like, nah, this is gonna happen. My business, psh, I had written a book and invested money that at that time, now I wanted my money back. Like the relationships that I had at that time was declining. My daughter declining, the man declining. Guess what? Everything just started declining for me. My health, like my finances, like nothing was lining up. I was so much out of alignment. I was like, what in the world? I felt like I had hit the bottom. I went to this church. This church helped me find a hotel room for a week, right? Then me and my daughter, we slept in my car for a few days. Then I found one of those extended stay hotels, was not one of the greater ones, and we stayed there for almost a month. Mind you, we're bouncing all over the place, all right? And this was the part that I was ashamed of. I have been living my best life, got 2 cars, I mean, all of this, had surgery, and now I was sleeping in my car. And I'm like, oh my God, what in the world? So I'm telling you this because someone watching, I know this feels like a dead end, and it's not a dead end, it's just a reroute, right? You are just being rerouted. So back to this. Just when I thought that I couldn't take it anymore, what I thought was a blessing came along. And guess what, y'all? We're going to talk about that blessing and that curse because there is a part two to this story. Tune in for my story time, Aunties After Dark. Thank you so much for my 75 subscribers. We are climbing up. I hope you stick around to finish out the story time with me. It is 3 parts that was downloaded to me. Yeah, I am. Another unmasking is coming, and I am grateful for it. Peace and blessings. We did it, y'all. Yay!